Hi, I am Dr. David Dobson. Welcome to Conversations. Today, my guest is Victoria Nyanzi. She is a RP consultant and professional branding coach. She has a business degree in marketing from Nyanzi University in Uganda and is a chartered public relation applied communication fellow. We will be discussing professional branding. It's a great pleasure to have you with me today, Victoria.
Thank you very much, David.
To begin, can you explain what professional branding is?
Well, in a nutshell, or in a very brief summary, professional branding is the process of one expressing themselves and establishing an authentic self about themselves in their profession, but to a wider audience or to a wider group of people. Let's say someone is an engineer, they're a marketer, or they're into communication like I am. So once you start to express or to position yourself like a professional to people that know you, to people that engage with you, and you're authentically speaking about what you do, creating, I don't want to call it marketing what you do, but creating a broader awareness about who you are as a professional, what you stand for, and what you do. Professional branding goes beyond, it goes beyond what you studied in school or even your qualifications. It's more about building a name around your skills and expertise. You know, we all go to school and study, let's say people go and study marketing, they go and study business administration, but you can build a professional brand in that core. For example, might be a creative marketing strategist. So you're not just a marketer of any sort, but you develop creative marketing strategies that help brands grow. And how you build your professional brand is if you start sharing knowledge and information about what you do with people. And the only way you can do that is on social media. So a couple of times professional branding revolves around the workplace and on digital platforms like social media. Speak about what you do, authentically tell people each and every day, and preach a gospel of what you do. And the people you reach, the more your professional brand is growing and the more opportunities come to you.
Why it is important to cultivate a professional brand?
It's important to cultivate a professional brand. I'll give 3 reasons why. For a job seeker or for someone that is starting out in employment, you're straight out of school. If you establish yourself as an authority in something that you can do, it makes it easier for companies to work with you. If you stood out, that I'll give an example. There is a field that is very difficult and people fear, that is sales. Everyone is afraid to join sales. People are afraid to enter into the sales industry. Now, if someone is out there and they know they can sell, they can even sell, let's say, sand in a desert, but they're not sharing that kind of information. They're not sharing sales techniques. They're not, telling people how do you close a deal, how do you work with a difficult customer, how do you follow up with the lead. Then they're not establishing a professional brand for themselves. So once you step out and start sharing authentic and relevant information about your profession or about what you can do, your skills and expertise to a wider audience of people, then you're making it easy for recruiters to find you. Imagine I'm a sales rep and each and every day I wake up on LinkedIn and I'm preaching the gospel about sales. This is how you close a sale. This is how you engage a difficult customer. This is how you follow up. This is how you thank a customer. And then there's a brand out there that is looking for, an account manager, a sales manager. They're seeing my work. They're seeing how I have all this passion for sales and I want to go for it each and every day. They'll look for me. They'll want to work with me. So that is the professional branding to a job seeker. And then for companies, it also makes it easier for companies to get the best talent. And once professionals start cultivating their professional brands, even the hiring process becomes easier. Because there is now a loop of qualified people out there. Because if a company is hiring, it already knows that we want someone that will drive growth in this and this industry. We want someone that is passionate about children. We want someone that's passionate about mental health. And Now you are out there already, speaking about what you do, engaging people in it. So it's easy for them to spot you and just bring you on board. So it's easy for companies to hire the right talent. And then finally, if an employee of a company is also cultivating their professional brand, it's easy for the company to stand out. Let's say for us in communications, if I work for a certain media house and, each and every day I'm sharing knowledge about communication, about the different aspects of communication, what makes a good public relations professional, then it's easy for my company to stand out amid this competition. So professional branding is good for job seekers. It also helps hiring managers hire the right talent, and it also helps companies stand out.
Right. What led you to be a professional branding coach, Victoria?
This is a question that 3 people have so far asked me. Because people are wondering, who does that in Uganda? We know career coaches, we know personal branding coaches, but you're saying professional branding. Well, my passion for this started after I actually first noticed how I was able to grow as a professional. Like you said in the introduction, I graduated in 2016 from Deja University. I've been able to do a couple of jobs. I worked in a bank. I've done event management. I've worked in marketing agencies and I've really moved industries and roles. But in all of these movements, I noticed that for me as an individual, I was able to sit down and first of all, understand what I want, and then how do I get it, and how do I make them understand that this is what I want and I'm actually good at it. Because that is how someone can cultivate their professional brand. First, you have to understand, what do you want? Now, what are you good at? You might want something, but you are not good at it. But if you know what you want and what you're good at and how you can match the two, and then let people know that this is what you want and you're actually good at it, then you start engaging in it. So I sat down and noticed that I'm able to do this for myself. I was able to know that, okay, I'm in the bank, but what is the next step if I leave the bank? What is that role that a company might want to hire? And which of those companies that probably want to hire someone that is like me? So I identified those kind of roles. And then I had to start presenting myself like the person that can actually do that job. I started, first of all, of course, it starts with self-improvement, studying and doing research about that. And then you start presenting yourself like you can actually fit into that space. You can do what you require for you to do that job. Because you cannot just wake up and start preaching on social media what you don't know, what you've not done research about. Then people will not engage, people will not take you serious, or you'll have people calling you out. You say this, but it's not right. You say this, but it's not right. Once I discovered that, I was able to do that for myself. I said, I need to start telling people that they can do this. I need to start helping them, right? Even if you're a fresh graduate, you're passionate about something. So how do we start cultivating and establishing your professional brand from when you're just stepping out of school and, the first role you might do might be an administrative assistant, an executive assistant, a personal assistant. So how do we start cultivating your professional brand, aligning it with your career goals in that 5 years later, you can say, I did this and it made sense. I did this and now I'm here because right from the beginning, I knew what I wanted as a professional. I stood out and now I have achieved it. So I love the journey. I've been doing it for quite some time. I love how it's transforming my I don't call them clients, my friends' lives. I love that people are starting to, embrace it, believe in me and say, you can help me do this. Let's get started on the journey. And now I love the fact that I'm also getting to meet new and interesting people like you, David. So it has been a very beautiful journey.
Why did you specifically choose LinkedIn as a platform for professional brand coaching?
Well, as obvious as it is, LinkedIn is the #1 professional networking platform in the world. So if someone thinks of doing something professional, something to engage professions and people in their careers, the first platform you have to think about is LinkedIn. But then other than that, LinkedIn also provides us with the opportunity to engage with a wider group of people. it doesn't limit you to a niche. You know, one day you will wake up, make a post, and you're having engagement from all around the world, from India,
Right.
from Canada, from wherever.
Yeah.
And how would I preach professional branding if I'm not preaching it from LinkedIn?
Yes.
LinkedIn is where recruiters are looking for the best talent.
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn is where companies are looking for consultancies. They're looking for people to work with. Even if you want a venture capitalist or whatever, LinkedIn should be the number one platform if you want to cultivate your professional brand.
Yes.
And other than that, I also look at the fact that, and this I'm trying to preach right now, I wish people can understand the power in LinkedIn.
Yes.
I wish people can understand the power it is to, wake up every day and try to stand out as much as you can on LinkedIn.
Yes.
It opens broader doors.
Uh-huh.
Even if you are a job seeker, you're able to be noticed by people that then need you for what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
If you are an entrepreneur, you're able to be noticed by investors or even your ideal clients.
Right.
You sell something and you're only trying to sell it on other platforms, let's say Twitter or Instagram.
Yes.
But I keep telling people, try LinkedIn. You have clientele on LinkedIn. Whatever it is that you're selling as an entrepreneur, you have clientele on LinkedIn. Give it a try. Even if you are a consultant, the one thing that it does, it puts you, right now there is only 1% of LinkedIn users that are creating content. So if someone wakes up every day and they are publishing content, being their authentic self, they are way better than 99% of LinkedIn users. So that's why I chose to start spreading my gospel, because it's still a virgin market.
Yes. Finally, what is your advice to make an impressive LinkedIn profile?
I love that question. That's one of the topics I love speaking about a lot. I call it LinkedIn profile optimization. To have an impressive and a standout LinkedIn profile starts right from how you write your name. And then someone will ask me, I know how to write my name. My name is Victoria Nyanzi, but I'm speaking about proper capitalization. I tend to go through profiles of people that add me up or maybe follow me on LinkedIn, and I see them making this very small mistake, not properly capitalizing their names. If your name is Victoria Nyanzi, Victoria should start with a capital V and Nyanzi should start with a capital N. So after properly capitalizing your name, the next thing is visual elements. We human beings are creatures of, we are visual creatures. We love what we see. We want to be engaged by the eyes. So if you're out there, you want to stand out on LinkedIn, you want to have a standard profile, the next thing you should just make sure you have a very presentable professional picture on there. Go to the studio, take a picture, look sharp, like you're ready to work, ears well seen. You don't have to, you don't need a passport photo, but you need a professional picture on there to represent you like a professional. In that someone is not scared to talk to you or, to just DM you or tell you something. But then other than the visual elements, now there's a very important aspect, which is, we call it a headline.
Right.
A headline appears right close to your name and your profile picture once someone sees your profile. This one should be briefly speaking about you and what you do, because it's what someone needs to be able to know that they can either follow you or they can, like it helps someone understand what you do. For example, if you are if you're into customer service, you are a customer service executive, you are passionate about people, you are passionate about brands. Now that is the time to write that in your headline. Customer service executive, passionate about brands and people, because that is what you are, that's what you love. But then sometimes I tend to tell, it's also your headline is dependent on your goals and what you want from LinkedIn. If you're looking for a job, you're a job seeker, it's ideal to have headlines that are the roles that you want to be searched for or you want to be found for on LinkedIn. Let me give an example for someone that is in sales. Maybe your current job, you are sales manager, but of course, sales titles are changing to account manager, portfolio manager. So you need to optimize those kind of words into your LinkedIn headline.
I see.
Sales manager, account manager, portfolio manager, and you add something. You just such people are able to find you in the LinkedIn searches. If a recruiter is looking for a sales manager and they type it in there, maybe they will land on your profile because you optimize those kind of words. But then for a creator or for a business person, you need to have a headline that speaks about what you do. Let's say you're a graphics designer, so that's when you have to speak about, let's say graphic designers tend to be called brand strategists and all that. And you explain that I help brands grow using visually impelling elements.
Right.
So that if someone needs visual branding, they're able to see your profile and look out for you. So LinkedIn, other than capitalizing your name and writing it properly, having visual elements, they need to have a clear headline. Then the third thing now is a landing page, and this is your summary. Your LinkedIn summary works as a landing page if someone comes on there. So you need to speak about yourself, who you are, what you do, and what you can do for someone. I tend to want people to have summaries that are fun. Like speak to someone like you're speaking to them in person. Hi, my name is Carol, but you can call me Caroline. I'm a sales and marketing professional. I have worked here. I love this. I love that. So that someone reads it and they know they would want to engage with Carol. They're not afraid that Carol might, tell me, why are you in my DM?
Right.
LinkedIn summary should be a landing page. It should be warm, welcoming, but it should convert, especially if you are an entrepreneur or creative. If you want someone to DM you for an inquiry, you should have it on there. If you need ABCD, come to my DM. And then, the most important thing which confuses people a lot is content. So having all those is good. You've optimized your profile. It's really good. But if you're not creating content, then your profile means nothing. No one is going to come and find your profile if you're not making an initiative for yourself to stand out. And then people have a challenge with what kind of content can I create on LinkedIn? And then there are those that are constrained by the companies they work for. Each and every day you wake up praising your employer. The only thing you can post is the new product they launched, what they're engaging in. But there are very many bits of content that you can share on LinkedIn. And this I tend to tell people every day. In the different fields that you're in, you can see something and relate it to what you do. You can see something and just find a way to craft a story about it. Social media is just about telling stories, but being authentic, just consistently telling those kind of stories. So optimize your profile. If you want to stand out on LinkedIn, you have to optimize your profile. I say optimize it to speak directly to recruiters or people that want to find you. If you want to be phoned for a specific job title, optimize it, especially if you are good and you can do that, you're qualified to do that. Optimize it to speak directly to people that you want to find you, and your business partners, your former schoolmates, and everybody. And that's how you can stand out and start building a very lucrative professional brand for yourself.
Thank you for your time, Victoria. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much, David.